Alrighty then, good morning, good evening, good afternoon, and welcome, one and all. My name is Michael, I'm the Dead Gamer, and welcome to Pathfinder 2nd Edition Pray for Death. Our titular Pathfinder 2nd Edition game featuring these murderous assassins known as the former Red Mantis brigade of brigading, I don't know, I couldn't think of another thing, who are also my Patreons, who support the channel, allow me to keep the lights on and do all the cool, fun, and amazing stuff. Guys, say hello to the folks at home.
Hello.
Yeah, it's so good to see all of you. Hope you guys are doing well. Hope you guys have had a good week. Hope you guys are doing things exciting like Steve is, who is at a convention.
Yes, I am.
Good. Yes. Yeah, yes, Mac.
Will you share the screen, please?
I suppose. There you go. Boop. Done.
Oh, look. Your smiling face.
Yay, smiling faces. Now, before we kick off, of course, we have some people to thank before we get into today's episode. Starting, of course, with none other than our amazing and wonderful friends over at Fantasy Grounds, who allow us to, sort of like look at all these cool, wonderful, and amazing things that we normally use for our games as tokens. We have, as you can see, some of our players are done as like little Hero Forge minis and stuff like that. So it's an amazing bit of 3D software that creates these cool and designed characters and allows you to use them for your tokens at home. Or if you are feeling very swish, you can have them 3D printed and sent to you at home. Look at that. Brilliant. Freaking awesome stuff. So yeah, go check out Hero Forge. Then we have Fantasy Grounds for our VTT of choice. All the cool stuff you see behind us, all the maps, all the tokens, all the dice rolling and stuff like that. This is all done using Fantasy Grounds, which allows us to do the cool, wonderful, and amazing stuff. I've got to fix that. Okay, I'll do that in a second. Anyway, screw it, I just pointed out something. It's fine. Then we have, of course, Sirenscape for the wonderful sound effects you'll hear throughout the course of the game, all of which come courtesy of an amazing sound library that helps me elevate my games to a whole new level. So yeah, check those out. That is always amusing and always a ton of fun as well. So yeah. Let's see. There we go. I just need to adjust that and reset this. Hiya. Done. Okay. Now, before we kick off, of course, as you guys know, a role-playing game involves a ton of collaborative storytelling, including, of course, none other than the amazing contributions of my players. But to find out about who they're going to be playing in today's game, carrying the weight of my streams, of course, as always, is none other than the amazing and wonderful Patreons, who will tell you about the characters that they're playing, starting with none other than our dear friend Callie, to tell you about Meg.
Hello. Yes. Calendria. Megumi is Meg. Sorry. Yes. Is a tanuki. I believe her class is adorable. They may have changed it recently to gunslinger, but I'm pretty sure legally, technically, it's adorable. She is the
Adorable
first mate.
gunslinger.
Indeed. On this ship on which we find ourselves, and responsible for our ragtag group of stabby murderers.
Awesome.
Hi. Sorry.
No, it's
I'm
fine.
Mac. I'm Mac, and I play Pietro. He is a Dompier swashbuckler. He's just a nice guy. He's quite polite, except for the times that he turns into a ravenous bat monster. But we're figuring that part out. And he's in a bit of a row at the moment with a vampire hunter, so that's going well for him, I imagine.
Oops, sorry. Yep. Cool. All right. Wonderful. Yes, there is a vampire hunter on the prowl for our dear Pietro. But more on that in a moment. Next up, of course, is our dear friend Lucas, aka Mr. Game and Art, playing the role of Rondak.
Yes, all of what Dag just said. But yeah, I play Rondak. He's fun. He's a blast. See what I did there? He's an alchemist bomber. Um, he focuses predominantly on things that go boom. He loves them. He loves the effect they have on the battlefield. But he does love also tinkering with various clockwork gadgets. He has dabbled in both potions that can help and poisons that can harm. He has a little bit of experience in those, not a lot, but a little. More so in the things that can heal, which has come in handy far too many times already on this table. But he's here to help and blow some stuff up.
And blow stuff he shall. Next, we have playing the role of Balsam, our dear friend Matt from All Things Fantasy.
Good morning. How you going today? That good. I'm glad.
Amazing.
Glad.
Yeah, wonderful.
It's fine. It'll be
Look, it's fucking 8 o'clock in the morning. Okay, this is my breakfast. It is unopened. Okay, calm the fuck down.
good choice.
Mm.
Yeah.
I didn't say I lived smart. Okay.
Hey everyone. Where was I? Yes, I'm
You're
Balsam.
in Melbourne.
Well, I'm yes, I'm in Melbourne. Shush here. Don't make me use that jinx point from you. So I'm Matt from All Things Fantasy, and I play Balsam, the sorcerer, the blood sorcerer. He uses blood, his own, other people's, preferably other people's, to cast all of his dark, twisted, occultist magic. But at heart, he's actually quite a lovely guy. He's a professional tourist. He likes going to new places, exploring new things, meeting new people, and then assassinating them. Currently, he's a little bit peeved off at the Red Mantis assassination group, so he's just going to go over, say hello, turn their headquarters into ruin.
Sounds like a blast. It's
Yeah.
Rondak's kind of party.
Yeah, exactly. Balsam relying heavily on Rondak for that last bit.
And last but not least, we have playing the role of Kaido, our dear friend Cookie Mon Steve.
Well, hello everybody from the lovely town of Kelowna with their little Comic-Con. Yeah, I'm playing Kylu, who is an elf ranger assassin who's pretty good as a sniper, and apparently absolutely terrible at relationships. So, yeah.
Fair. I mean, hey, it happens. Fantastic. And again, more on that in a moment. Now, before we kick off, of course, we have one last person to thank for today's episode, and that is our lovely and amazing audience members who continually support the channel and allow us to do this cool stuff. Guys, this is my full-time job. This is what I do. In addition to, of course, running games for at-risk kids here in Australia, most of my income comes from the channel, comes from you guys, comes from all of your kindness and your support and your desire for some reason or another to see me continue to run these campaigns and be befuddled, confused, and yet still endearingly involved with all of my tables and the players that are there. So thank you with all the sincerity in my heart for your continued and ongoing support. You may notice I'm a good content creator. I do well. I'm entertaining, I'm fun, I'm engaging, but I don't do the rigmarole. I don't do the rat race. I don't promote a ton. I don't throw my name out there to the world. I don't go shake hands with Matt Mercer. I am so much more involved and engaged with my players and you guys in my audience. So if you have found me or you've been following me for ages, it means a lot because you guys have been supporting me. You guys are here. You guys are present without me having to go banging on your door and shoving my shit in your face. It's this is great. And so this is a very real and genuine, you guys are awesome. You guys are fucking amazing. And the fact that you guys are still here means the world. So, yeah, there you go. That again? Freaking thank you for pointing that out. It is, every now and then my map decides to just drift a little, but I will fix that. There you go. Hiya. Get back there, you. My players.
It's fine. We're on a boat. It's supposed to drift.
That's true. That's true. We are on a boat. Keep thinking of the Lonely Island song. I'm on a boat. Anyway, Now, as thanks for all of your support and your continued engagement in my show, I always keep a weather hand on my audience's participation into games through donations and support, so that you guys can you guys can be a part of the game as we are playing. First of all, just by watching the show, you earn channel points that can be used at any point in time in order to influence the game. These things can be insight bonuses, wandering monsters, wandering bosses, divine intervention, divine healing, and way more. So there's just tons of stuff for you to do, and all you have to do is watch. Just subscribers, you earn channel points a little bit quicker, so there's that as well, which means that you guys can obviously do more stuff. And I run so many streams, honestly. Like, if you're a subscriber, you are just making bank, like, a lot. So yeah, go check that out. But of course, if you do have some monetary donations that you wish to throw my way because you wish for me to continue eating solid food and doing stuff and feeding a Warhammer addiction, I need merch. I have merch. I just, again, it falls into that wayside of, like, setting up the store, setting up a website, setting up all that sort of stuff. I don't have a team. It's just me. I have some amazing audience members who have volunteered their time to support me and do little things, which have helped me on the way. But hey, I've got a mug. I've got I've got my coin, which I haven't produced. I have my my coaster. Where's my coaster? I have a stubby. I think it's somewhere. If people have met me at a convention, they've got some of my merch because I was just like, here, have it, because I'm a shit businessman. That was basically it. I showed up to a convention with a bunch of stuff that were like technically prototypes, and I was just giving them away because, Anyway, I digress. There you go. The fuck was I even talking about? Oh yeah, trying to make money. That's right. That's what I'm trying to do. Fucking idiot. Anyway. Donations go towards slightly more tangible effects throughout the game. For $5, you can donate to create hero points for my players or jinx points for me. Hero points can be used by my players to stave off death, petition the DM for stuff that isn't in the rules, or roll with advantage. They're these little red marks you can see, and only Kailu is one short. Alternatively, you can use that $5 to donate for jinx points for me. Jinx points are things that I can use to counteract hero points, make bad guys roll with advantage, or what was the other thing? Complicate things ever so slightly. I have a fourth wall account. Again, fucking nothing, because again, I am shit at my job. Okay, fucking OG, just drop it. Okay, calm down. You're looking behind the curtain. Okay, and the wizard, he's out to lunch. Okay, just calm. Anyway, $10. $10. I've got 2 decks of cards here. You'll get a draw from one of them. Either the deck of heroic actions, where you'll provide a player of your choice a free powered action that they can use throughout the game, as well as an emergency hero point. So these are quite good for coming out of a tight situation. Alternatively, the $10 will get you a draw from the deck of flashbacks and plot twists, where I will draw a card from said deck that I have shuffled upside down for some reason, and it will give you give me a story prompt, and then I will use that story prompt in the course of today's session, or at least attempt to do my best to do so. Yeah, it's a good way to kind of keep me on my toes as a writer, as an improv storyteller, and sometimes they really change the scope of the game when this happens. So yeah, there you go. Okay, then of course we have our $20 donation, which is the coveted golden natural 20, which everyone but me has, because sometimes you need a critical hit, and the critical hit is freaking awesome. So, there you go. Callie, fucking, what's with chat today, okay? Like, look, I literally just spent all this time admitting I was crapping my business, and everyone's like hitting me like a dead horse. Like, fucking calm down.
That's aimed at me, Dag, not you. I'm the fucker who owns it.
Yeah, but like, it's still like, I could do something about it rather than going like, oh yeah, that's a thing.
I said someone who owned it, so that was strictly
I mean, it's still
at myself.
Fine. Anyway, all these things exist, and anyway, where was I? Fucking $20, $50. We have 3 rewards at the $50 tier. The first is thank you, OG. The first $50 tier is Boss Buff, which we have received from Schooly Eye, which increases the difficulty of a challenge, which is going to be fucking amazing because the group is fighting a renowned vampire hunter. The second is a magic item which can be provided to a player of your choosing, which will either be a gear set custom designed by me for that player character, a item that you would like to design as part of a homebrew, or something from their wish list. And again, we also have that reward claimed by the wonderful Schoolie. And so yes, he's asked me to decide or decide randomly. So the first thing I want to say is who does not have a magic item donation yet? Or does everyone have one?
I got one 2 sessions ago.
So everyone's got
My
one.
first session, I got one.
Okay, does everyone
I
have...
got the Dag of Holding thing last session.
No, not the dagger holding, the custom gear set.
Oh, no, I don't have that.
So Rondak doesn't?
No. I have
think Kailu's
the
trying
locket
to
that I
say-
found.
I think
and-
Kyle's
You're
trying to say
muted.
something, but he's
Yep.
muted.
You're muted.
Sorry. I do have a magic item, but not a custom gear set.
Not a custom gear set. Okay, so Kailu doesn't, Rondak doesn't. Anyone else? Nope, everyone does? Okay, cool. So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to flip a coin. Steve, choose red or blue?
Red, please.
Red. Okay, here we go. I'm just going to flip my Fable
Red like the Mantis
commemorative,
Assassins.
commemorative Fable coin from Fable
It's
3.
possible.
Right, here we go. It is blue. Rondak, you are going to be getting the gear set for you, which I will do in just a moment. Do you have any special gloves at the moment, by the way?
Yeah, that was the Dag of Holding item I got last time. Were the gloves. with
Oh, the
runes on
X-ray
them.
gloves. Yeah, okay. Dang it. Because the best thing that I had for you were actually a pair of gloves. I will give you. I will fish through my notes and get you the other things. Anyway, all right, cool. So yes, magic items. That's it. The last $50 reward is a draw from the Harrow deck, which is a kind of fortune telling mechanic. The group will be read a prophecy, as well as be given a statistic based on the card that they drew from the Harrow. They will get a critical success in any attempt they make to fulfill or reject that prophecy. They will get an extra d6 on any roll made using the statistic that they got for the card. And once per scene, they will get to re-roll any check made by that uses that statistic as well. So, it's a pretty all-encompassing group buff ability. All right. And then we have our $100 secret menu item. The $100 secret menu item is a good one. I love this one. This is amazing. We are going to turn the weather on our heroes. What does that mean? It means that our heroes are going to get to embark on a quest where they get to find out what happens in the middle of a severe storm in Pathfinder. And I'm talking about the kind of storm that could potentially capsize and send the ship into the briny depths themselves. So, big catastrophic storm will hit. Now, when will it hit? The moment we receive that donation. No, the audience member will get to decide when they would like to pull that trigger. It will be a button. You hit the button, and the storm will hit. Now, the storm comes in 3 tiers, which means there are 3 opportunities to claim this secret menu item. The first is the storm, lightning, wind, rough waters. The second is a tornado, which means a whirlwind will touch ground and we will have water spouts that will start having to be dodged. And if for whatever reasons, you guys hate the group for whatever reason, we will then go into the a whirlpool maelstrom, where kind of Pirates of the Caribbean, we have this giant pool of water that is pulling towards the kind of central mass that they're heading towards. So those are our 3 tiers. So again, just to recap: storm, lightning, waves, crashing, wind. Second is tornado, water spouts everywhere. And the third, the gods hate you and they are trying to drag you to the underworld. Big freaking maelstrom whirlpool dragging the ship into it. Cool. There we go. And nat 20 and 2 jinx points for Dag. OG! You're freaking amazing. And again, also thank you to our dear friend Schoolie for your donations as well, my friend. Many loves and many blessings for your
Does that
kindness.
trigger a dag of holding?
Yes, we do have a dag of holding from
Like,
Schoolia. Yes,
Yeah.
and OG has us set up on our next dag of holding. So we do have a dag of holding coming to this group as well. Okay. Sweet. All right. Are we ready to start? We good? Can we begin?
Please.
Fuck yeah. Okay. So, without any further ado, okay. I just need that one. Sorry, I forgot to turn on my musica. Mi musica. Okay, there we go. All right. When last we left our heroes, a group of assassins working for the zealotous Red Mantis have been framed, given a contract apparently not approved by the council. The Red Mantis that they grew up knowing and loving, now turning against them. Their ire aimed at our heroes thanks to the machinations of someone working within the order in order to destabilize the Blood Mistress and her most loyal followers. Our heroes gather their strength and their courage and decide to face this threat head-on, returning to the Metagalti Isles in order to try and face whomever has it out for our heroes. After a brief jaunt in the shackles, where Kailu was reunited with his ex-partner, our heroes managed to acquire a ship and transportation to the Metagalti Isle. However, the journey has not been easy. In addition to the rough waters and the rather icy reception, several individuals have been killed on the ship, and doubt has been disparaged on our heroes as potentially the cause of bad omen or death being brought aboard the ship. Meg, a member of the crew under Captain Helena, has been instructed to babysit and look after our heroes while they are traveling. But while things had been, of course, a little bit tense, some of our heroes decided to investigate on their own in hopes of trying to find answers to these, well, very strange deaths. Pietro and Rondak went into the bilge of the ship in order to try and search around, find something. But all they found was death, as hunting Pietro was a vampire hunter by the name of Wolfstan Greville, who had heard of the Red Mantis vampire and had come to claim his head. So too was his right as a member of the vampire hunting guilds of Ustalav. After setting up a wily ambush, the trap was sprung. Balsam and Kailu thankfully heard the commotion and ran down, only to be opened fired upon. And that is when the truth was revealed. That Wolfstan Grenville wasn't only after Pietro, but was trying to protect the woman he loved. He was also in love with Helena, and had no intention of letting the danger that her ex-boyfriend was going to bring onto the ship end up killing her and her crew. So quietly, in the dark, he intends to deal with the two interlopers. And though he was trying only to kill the two of them, unfortunately, with the others intervening, he has no choice but to kill a lot of you. And it is here we continue. We're going to reroll initiative here. And Meg, you have been tasked with looking after, of course, just a few extra tasks before reuniting with the group. We're going to start from your position after we roll initiative. Okay, so, Meg.
Oh.
Running around trying to keep the ship running while Helena is tending and dealing with a lot of individuals who are right now kind of tossing up the idea of throwing Balsam overboard for having practiced necromancy aboard the ship.
Mhm.
Doing her best to keep fires out, you realize it has been a while since you've seen or heard from the your visitors, your guests. You decide that you've got enough of a moment to go and check up on them. You head down the stairs into the guest quarters, and as you open the doors, they are nowhere to be seen.
Son of a bitch. And then she is running back up to try to locate them.
You sure you don't want to use a perception check to try and locate them here first and see if you can figure out where they've gone? Because
Can I
they're
do
not
that?
up. You came from up.
Yeah, I think I still need to figure out what this fucking ship looks like, I'll be honest.
Okay, so
I keep thinking like they're beneath, but they're not. Yeah,
yeah, if you've come from the deck, you'll always come from the top. Like that's always the top deck.
Sweetie, up. Yeah, here we go. Oh, not great.
No, it's fine. Yeah, you're a master of perception. With a 27, what level are you guys? 15?
Yes.
Okay. With a perception, you can't really see where they've gone, but you do notice that this place was left in a hurry. You realize that they hadn't gone upstairs, but there's only one place to go, and that would be downstairs.
Yep.
As you head over there, as you head in that direction, you do hear some sort of commotion, just people shouting stuff downstairs. You can recognize a couple of the voices as the voices of the people you were looking for.
Meg will assume that they are, in fact, causing whatever trouble is going on, and head towards the noise.
All right. As you begin to head down, I'm just going to share the map here. Now, this is not accurate for the level that you're in, but this is, what do you call it? Meg, can you roll me initiative, please? Just manually?
Yes. Which one?
Perception.
Okay, I'm clicking it. What am I doing wrong?
Double click it.
Oh, it's working. Yeah, I've clicked it like, no, it's not working. There we go.
Why is Kara up the top? How do I get rid of that? I'll figure that out later. Okay. 41. Nice. Okay, cool. So, Pietro, you're up first, followed by Meg. Then Rondak, then the Hunter, then Balsam, then Kailu. Now, presently, the Hunter is hiding amongst some silks and has been webbed up there by the efforts of Rondak, who has thrown a Tanglefoot bag up in that direction. Pietro, it comes to your turn, good sir.
Hello. For what I've been told, I've been pierced with a silver arrow.
You have pierced
So-
by a silver arrow. Your body is slowly starting to crack from the place where the arrow has hit you. Not only is the arrow silver, but it is tipped with a compound and a cocktail of poisons, specifically designed to work on vampires. Unlike the normal feeling you get when you get shot or poisoned, your skin, your flesh start to turn to almost chalk around the wound, and it is spreading.
That sounds like quite the fun time. I guess my first move would be to recall. His physiology is a bit different from vampire, but but has he learned anything about what to do if you are struck with silver as a Dhampir?
Don't leave it in is generally the idea, but then again, that also counteracts
Oh, yeah.
the whole. That also counteracts the whole like if you've been stabbed, don't
Don't
rip
pull it out.
something out. Yeah.
Yeah.
I forgot that part. I thought I already said it. It was just kind of like second, like, yeah, of course he pulls it out. I forgot to say it verbally. He pulls it out.
Okay. As you do so, that portion of you that you pull out, like, you know, instead of bleeding, just that kind of dry chalk ash kind of like pulls out of you.
Mm-hmm.
The silver bolt clatters to the ground. That's when you can get this big smell of garlic and holy water and a bunch of other things. The wound is pretty deep, but that is this is not something you've experienced before.
Okay, just wanted to check. Let's see where I'm on. Okay. Just getting. So, Rondak is Rondak crouched at the moment, hiding behind something? I was trying to remember.
No, he was, but then he had stepped out to talk to this guy to try to like talk him down, and his response to that was to shoot you.
Oh, that's fun.
Yep.
Then I will.
Because he was being the asshole, and not because you rolled an 11 on diplomacy.
We try in these hard times. So, the first action does is just pull this silver arrow out, and he does not sound happy at all. I imagine Meg, that's one of the first sounds you really hear whenever you get in is first just the impact of the arrow, and then just a horrendous scream. He's going to then find the nearest spot to crouch behind, getting specifically one that's out of, you know, where the arrow came from, out of that view.
You take cover.
Yeah. Ow. And let's see.
When you said the horrendous scream, every time someone says that, all I think of is Starscream from Transformers. There's like this one scene where apparently the voice actor was told that Megatron was going to like blast Starscream, so he was supposed to yell, but the animators didn't do that. So what happened is Megatron put Starscream in a bubble, and then Starscream goes, "Megatron! Ah!" And he just freaks out in a bubble, and for no reason. So it's just like, it's just exactly that. It's just like this little tiny tantrum. It's perfect.
So Meg, you walk in on a Dhampir having a tantrum, a la Starscream. So your eardrums are actively bleeding from the high pitches. Let me see. He's I think Pietro, he's not showing it. He's very good at hiding it, but he's in a bit of a panic. He's not used to, you know, crumbling. So I think he's going to try to use an antidote in that area, see if that works. Because he has a general antidote.
To just like pouring the antidote on you?
Well, let me think. I'm trying to remember which type it was, because I think it was one that Nesmith gave, so I'm trying to remember what, like, if it was a salve or something. Oh, so sorry. I was on the wrong side.
I think it's more of a more thematic than anything else.
Oh, sorry. I imagine, like, the oil of unlife, it would be something that he has to apply rather than drink, because he can only really, well, yeah, he can drink other things, but I imagine it's something he applies.
Yeah, sure. All right. Make a fortitude save.
Okay. Gotcha.
Ooh, 27. That is a critical failure.
May I use a hero point?
You may use a hero point.
Seems like a good idea, yeah.
Seems like a solid choice. Okay.
Oh my god.
That is still a critical failure.
Maybe. Oh dear. Oh no.
Not 20?
I guess I use a nat 20. I don't want to crit fail a fort save. I'm gonna use a nat 20.
You're gonna use the nat 20?
I think so.
Okay. You just succeed. You do not critically succeed.
That's fine. I'm so fine with that.
Good.
I'm so fine with that.
I love Matt's face, though. Because Matt realizes what that means.
I'm concerned, but I don't know what that means.
So, with a natural 20 increases the scale in which you have passed the check by 1 step. So, if you have critically failed and you roll a natural 20, you will fail. If you've failed and roll a natural 20, you will succeed. If you succeed and roll a natural 20, you will critically succeed. In this particular case, upon rolling a 20 with a fort save of plus 23, Pietro has only succeeded.
Succeeds.
Correct.
Okay, damn, alright.
Which means the only way Pietro saves against this poison is with a critical success.
Ouch.
Okay. As you've applied the salve, and including the bonus as well. Oh, actually, sorry, I didn't include the bonus. What's the bonus for the salve? Does it give you a bonus to your save, or is it just a reroll?
Let me see. Well, the reroll was a hero point.
No. Sorry, as in so the salve gives you a reroll on the poison that you get when you get hit.
Just pulling that up now.
Yep.
The item bonus looks like a +3.
+3? Not a critical failure. So with the +3 included, that will actually be a critical success. So you are good. In which case, with a critical success, your poison condition is dropped by 2 instead of 1. The wound is still there, but you are no longer. It's no longer spreading.
So I'm. What poisoned am I now?
Oh, 0. You are not poisoned.
Oh, okay. Just wanted to check.
Yeah.
I remember I had the antidote. Thank you, Nesbit.
Yeah, honestly, yeah. That plus the nat 20 made that work. All right, cool. So
interact, hide, and save. But
Yep.
Antidote.
Done. Meg, you're up next.
Alright, so Meg, I imagine here's the scream coming from her left?
Yes.
I can recognize that it's from the left?
No, it's directly across the other side of the ship. Because you're over here, and Pietro's
Yeah,
over
I
here.
assume she's running up the stairs, so
No,
Pietro would be
you're
over
running,
to her left.
No, you're running down the stairs.
Down the stairs, okay, so to her... God, I'll get this right eventually someday. Or not, whichever.
Again, don't look at this map, because remember, this map is the top deck.
Yeah. Okay, but would she be able to run towards the scream?
Yes. However, you will see Balsam and Kailu. Kailu is currently ducked behind cover. Balsam is not, but Balsam's right next to you as you come down.
Okay. So she will probably scream, "What the hell is going on?" while trying to run towards the sound of the actual fight.
Okay.
Kylo is
I can't move.
I was gonna say Kylo's going to be yelling, "Take cover!" There's somebody with a crossbow up there. Somebody's shooting from up front. If I can.
Yeah, you can. Sure. It's free action.
Yeah, it's interaction point. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, no, she's still going, because this is Helena's ship, not whoever this is his ship, so she's gonna solve it for the captain.
All right, I'm going to ask...
Or try to.
I'm going to ask Callie. Callie,
Yes.
is this a Callie choice, or is this a trained and experienced gunslinger choice?
I mean, I'm struggling to not look at this map, Dag. I'll be honest.
Then-
What does it look like?
Then close it. It's a bilge, so it's just a big straightaway...
Open area,
open-
not things I can hide behind?
So everything is kind of piled up. Like, this is where you see supplies. This is where you have like all the repair stuff for the ship, the cargo and things like that. So there is a bit of a lattice of like stuff in the way, but there is a clear shot straight down to the other side, if that makes sense. You know, because that's how they secured things in the bilge. There is a thin layer of water at your feet as well, like just running the whole way through. This is literally the lowest part of the ship. No one really comes here. It's, you know, it's. I mean, I say it's not the most hygienic of places, but it's also like, you know, it's just storage.
Right, okay. Can I see the dude shooting?
Make a perception
Pietro?
check. I will redo my stealth check.
Alrighty. That automatically says failure, which concerns me.
Oh yeah, don't worry about that. That's not a thing.
Got it.
I should clear that. There we go. All right.
Oh, yeah.
No, you cannot see where he is.
Okay. What is the... How far away is the object that I could 3 to 5 second rush, get to, and get behind?
Yeah, sure. You can take cover. So you're gonna move forward and then take cover.
Yes.
Easy done. So you're about 30 foot away, but you again don't know where he is. But I'm just telling
Right.
you, the player, you're about 30 foot away as you duck behind cover. You do not have line of sight of them, but they, much like with Kailu, do not have line of sight of you.
Okay. That is move and... How many things was that? I'm sorry.
How much was that?
Because it did perception, move, and hide. Are those 3 individual things?
Perception, move, and hide. Yeah.
Okay, cool. Then that is me.
Okay. Done and done. Okay. As you're trying to find this out, do you have anything you want to say in response to Kailu or anyone?
Yeah, mostly just where.
He's aft. That's
He's
haven't
somewhere
spotted him
there.
That
Well, that's
way,
like-
I
well,
don't
the thing
know.
is, like,
Yeah.
because Kylo didn't spot him either. I
Correct,
failed
yeah.
this perception check.
Yep.
We would love to know.
I could literally have Rondak point right to him and be like, he's right there.
Rondak being on the other side of the ship, you would be pointing at somewhere that they don't have line of sight to. But you do have a general...
but to give her an idea
you have a general
of
area.
where he is.
Yeah, so you have a general area. All right, speaking of Rondak, it is your turn. Now, Rondak, you, my friend, are currently behind cover. No, you stepped out of cover.
Yes.
Then you saw the bolt hit your friend.
Yes, I think it actually like grazed my shoulder on the way by.
Very well, yeah. What do you do?
All right, I'm going to go back to check on said friend. Back here. Oh God, why did that measure stuff? I didn't want to do that. I just want to move. Why can't I move? It keeps doing that. I just want to move.
Oh, I have to accept your move. Give me a second, I'll fix that. Yeah.
Already?
Right, there you go. I mean, again, we're not. This is just a rough representation, so I hadn't unlocked the map.
There we go. All right, now this far back, I'm more than 15 feet away from this guy, right?
Definitely, yeah.
Perfect. And Meg is still plenty far enough away that she's not within 15 feet of this guy either.
Also true, yeah. And with cover,
Sweet.
so it's fine.
I am going to yell for everyone to stay back. And then Rondak is going to pull out a little orb that when he pulls it out, the only person nearby that would be able to hear anything from it is Pietro. But it's going to sound like when you shake like a salt shaker. It's going to sound kind of like that.
Shake,
Other
shake,
than that, it
shake,
just-
Sinora, shake your body loud.
Other than that, it's just a hodgepodge of glass and metal, sort of stuck together as he does. But there's no light emanating from it, no nothing like that. And he is going to chuck this thing right at the guy. And what this is a blind pepper bomb.
Oh, nice, I love that. Okay, make your attack.
Okay, I'm not gonna lie. I thought you were about to put fire in the hull of the ship, and I was gonna have to slap you.
God, no. Rondak's not an idiot. No fire, no acid.
All right.
Probably no lightning, which really sucks because those are my big things that I use. Okay, I don't know what to roll for this.
You need to roll a ranged attack against him using your bomb, effectively.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay, I can do that. So I will just use... Oh, these are all the same. Cool. So this one will work.
Nice. All right.
All right.
The bomb hits. What's
All
the
right,
effect?
so what that does is it will spray an aerosolized pepper dust in a 15-foot radius burst around him.
Okay.
He needs to succeed a reflex save to avoid inhaling the dust or getting it in his eyes. On a failed save, he is blinded for 1 round and then dazzled for 1 round after that. If he critically fails, he's blinded for 1 round, sickened 1, and dazzled until he removes the sickened condition.
All right. What's the DC?
I knew you were going to ask me, and now I need to check it because I don't remember.
I want to say 37. is my
30
guess.
something, yeah. It is. Oh my god, I will find it eventually. I know it's on this page.
Left-hand side. About the middle. CDC.
Yeah. That's what I'm looking. Oh, there it is. CDC 34.
34. Okay. All right, let's see how he does. He gets a natural 1. What was the critical fumble effect?
It is. On a critical failure, the creature is blinded for 1 round, sickened 1, and dazzled until he removes the sickened condition.
I'll leave that. That's cool. That's fine. Okay. So he is blinded as Pepper blasts him. He is then sickened, and he is dazzled. As he'd be basically moved back, gotten your bomb and thrown it. You have 1 more action.
Yeah, Rondak's going to look at Pietro and ask, can you walk? Are you able to walk?
Yes, I can walk.
All right, Rondak will extend a hand and try to help Pietro up so that when Pietro's ready to move, they can get the heck out of here.
Sounds good. He'll accept your hand. You can see as he's moving his arm that there's a section of him that looks not festering, more like it's just crumbling, but is stopped, and that looks uncomfortable.
Sweet. Yes, we can deal with that as soon as we get the heck out of here.
I will be fine, I imagine.
Okay. You go and you lend aid to your friend as we then move to Wolfston. Now, Wolfstan is going to start using a series of things. First of all, he's going to try and get rid of the sickened condition. For that, I need to roll higher than a 5, I think? I will double check, but let's just roll that anyway. What do I get? 16, yeah. No matter what, I would have gotten that one. So cool. So he removes the sickened condition, which then in turn removes the dazzled condition as he wipes stuff from his eyes. He is still blinded for 1 round, but he is going to use 1 action to perform his searching gaze. Now, this is the bit that's absolutely terrifying to you, specifically, Rondak. He opens his eyes, and in a 30-foot cone, 30-foot aura, he just, opens his eyes. Forces his eyes open in the pepper. This is a gaze that, even though he is blinded, is starting to search your aura and your soul. And if you enter the aura, you need to make a save against fear.
Do I do that now? Because it's
Yes.
touching me.
Yeah, so we'll say. Oh, no, because you can't see him, so you're good for the time being.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's if you can see him. But yeah, this guy is like you've never thrown a pepper bomb at someone and had them just sort of like he's like
That's
having
definitely a new one.
yeah, he's like what the fuck. Okay.
Usually there's much more screaming, looking for water or any sort of
Yeah.
liquid to wash it out. This is different.
Yeah. So he is honing in. So after wiping the most of it away, he's still blinded. So even though his eyes are open, he can't see shit. The gaze lets him see the aura, and that's a 1 action. So that's 2. He is then going to load another one of the silver crossbow bolts into his crossbow. Actually, no, he's got the repeater. Never mind, he's got more in there. He is going to... Fuck is he gonna do? I can't shoot you.
He could walk towards us. Or no, he's in the way.
Yeah, no, you know what? He'll climb down from the stack. That's what he'll do, because he was in the stack, and he's lying down. But now he's gonna just climb down from there. Okay, and that'll be it. And he's doing so carefully. I will point that out. He is going to move at half speed, so that he is not going to be rushing while blinded. Okay, done. Balsam. You're up.
He has to make a check, a save to get out of it. He was in the Tanglefoot bag.
Oh, you're right. You're right. Okay, cool. So he'll do that. That was a reflex save.
Yes, I think so. I believe that's correct.
All right, so we need to beat 34. We got a 25. Ugh, let's use a jinx point on that one. Oof. Oofda. No. Okay, he's still stuck in there.
It thought about a 20. I saw it.
It did. It thought about it.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, he's still stuck there. He is not moving.
Okay, well, at least that thing worked. That's good.
Yeah. Actually, is it immobilizing or is it entangled?
It is. Oh, I'm sorry. No, it's a movement penalty, but to
Yeah.
escape it, to escape the penalty, he has to make the DC.
Yeah.
So he can still move. He just takes a minus 15-foot penalty.
Which is fine, because like I said, he's just climbing down from where he was, so that's all fine.
Yeah.
All right, Balsam, you're up.
Meg, I know you said that we can't, that I wasn't allowed to do magic, but in this case, maybe.
Technically, I'm the one that asked you to do it last time, even though I shouldn't have asked you to do it last time. I don't know. I would say Meg still doesn't actually know who is responsible for this.
You don't know. You
So-
have a possible person on the ship that you don't know who's here. Did you pick up anyone else apart from us?
I have yet to trust the four of you,
Do you have
is my concern.
Well, you might have a stowaway here. So how do you want to deal with this?
Diplomatically?
Diplomatically.
Yes. Again, I'm just coming into this. I don't know shit about shit. And I can't really take your word for it. Because I'll bet he says that you're the evil assholes.
But what if he's also an evil asshole?
Then I will figure out which one is the evilest asshole and I will take care of it.
Hey, we're the ones that paid you. Well, paid the
Correct.
ship captain.
But you are also the ones I told to stay put. Yet here you are.
Get him! Get him, Meg! Fuck these guys.
Diplomatically, I will give it a shot. So no magic?
What if I close my eyes? Then it doesn't happen, right? I'm saying that out of character, sorry.
What you don't see doesn't happen.
Is it obviously just the 6 of us down here?
Yes.
Okay, so she will probably go, if you light the ship on fire, so help me God.
No.
Can Rondak hear this conversation at all, or are they too far away?
No, you can hear the conversation.
I'm pretty sure diplomacy went out the window when this asshole shot a crossbow bolt into my friend.
Yeah, but I don't know if your friend started it.
Wait, they shot Pietro?
Yeah. Yeah, it doesn't look great.
It's a
It looks
completely
real
different
bad.
Story now.
But I think Pietro's okay, but it looks really bad.
I'll be fine.
That's what they all say. But yeah, so I tried to talk to the guy, and he shot my friend. So I'd say diplomacy is a no-go.
Pretty rude guy, who I can't see, by the way.
He is trying not to speak.
That's fair.
Because he recognizes... mostly because he recognizes your voice.
Also fair.
Alright. Can Pietro move?
Are you yelling that out?
Yeah.
Yes,
yeah,
I can.
Yeah.
He's a friend. Friend of Elena.
Me?
he does not want to get kicked off this boat. He is just like, the only reason I'm pushing for diplomacy is I do not want to get kicked off this boat.
That's fair.
All right then. I guess with the remaining actions Balsam has, he's going to try sticking to cover as much as he can. Try to see who this individual is. See if he can get a line on this, a beat on this person that's attacking. So he'll go around the crates and barrels and try to stick to cover as much as possible until he can get and see the person.
Okay.
Even if he has to move half speed to do it, but he will get into a position where he can see.
All right, not a problem. I'd say you'd move to roughly here-ish.
Yep.
And you can see him. Yes, you can see him.
Looks like a guy with a black hat, repeating crossbow. I don't recognize him.
I can't imagine black hat and crossbow would narrow it down for Meg, even remotely.
Make a society check for Meg.
Oh god, I doubt I have that.
I can't quite see his face.
Oh, everybody has that. Yeah, it's zeros across the board.
Cool.
Can I still roll it
You can
or
roll
no?
it, but you'll need a nat 20.
How about a 3?
That'll be a critical failure. No idea.
I don't know shit.
Not only do you know nothing, you've forgotten everything about society that you've ever known.
What is society?
You're struggling a bit to remember if Pietro had a black hat and a crossbow. You can't quite recall it.
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah. Pietro shot himself.
That's probably what Balsam does.
Okay. Next up is Kylo.
Okay. Does Kylo see him now that he's moved? Because he had a general idea of where he was, but of the
You're
tangle
still
flip.
in cover. You would need to come out to check. That's right.
Okay.
Come out, Kylo.
Thought it was only partial cover, but okay.
No, you were in cover.
So, okay, cover. See that? I'm confused by the map too, so that's okay. So coming out of, I mean, I don't like. He only wants to move up far enough that he can get a line on this guy.
Sure, no problem.
I don't know.
So you'd probably need to move to where
I don't know
Balsam
where
is.
that would be. Okay.
Yeah, you'll need to move where Balsam is, which will take a move action. But then after that, you're good.
Okay.
You can get a line on him.
Okay. Marking him as prey. So that's second action.
Done and done.
And I am going to shoot an arrow at the man.
All right, take your shot.
Because he does not like.
All right, that will hit.
Yeah. Okay. Well, 51, that's better than a kick in the teeth.
Okay, that's not bad. That's 51 damage. That is not a small amount. Okay. Is that the end?
That's 3.
All right, Pietro, you're back up.
Alrighty. Still trying to piece most of it together from being in the end of the session. Rondak specifically came out of hiding, you said, Lucas?
Rondak,
Yeah, he was trying to intervene and sort of talk this guy down, and then he shot you, and then Rondak has been out ever since.
Gotcha. And Rondak's the one that knows that his information is wanted? Was that it?
Yeah, so because the dice loved me on society last time, but hated me on diplomacy, I was able to figure out who this guy is, but I wasn't able to talk him down.
Okay. Then I want to make sure I got it right. That's another reason that Pietro is pushing for, not pushing, but thinking about diplomacy. He knows that Rondek is a very good and efficient killer, and who doesn't really usually go for that diplomacy route. So he turns to Rondek and just says, "Is this someone we need alive?"
Need is a strong word, but it would be preferable because it could definitely benefit us if we can take this guy alive.
We can work with preferable. And let me see. Let me go back to the map real quick. Hiding. There it is. Okay. It's gonna start moving, sticking to very close to the edge of the ship as he moves. Staying within earshot of this guy, he's going to say, now that Meg's here, unless you plan on killing the first mate, I think my accidental death is out the window. Oh, sorry, did you want me to keep going?
Yeah, if you have more, please.
Yep.
Yes.
Well, I didn't know if you were pulling something up. I didn't want to
I
distract
mean,
you.
it's not really an intimidation. It's not really a request. It's not really a
No,
thing.
I thought you were pulling something up. I didn't know if you wanted me to wait while you were pulling it up.
No. I'm doing my thing. You keep going. You're good.
Okay. Unless you want to cause more grief for Helena than anything, I suggest you stand down.
Make a intimidate check. Let's see.
I never mean to go back to my voice whenever you say do an intimidation. Okay. Let's see. There you are. Now I've got to remember if I have anything specific. Sorry, just going through. It's been a second since I've intimidated, so making sure I got everything right.
No, you're perfectly fine.
There's a lot of intimidating. Okay.
Boo.
I think
I surrender.
I think I just do the roll first. Yeah.
All right, with an intimidation of 38, that is a success. All right, he turns around and he says, an accidental death. Perhaps that plan is no longer viable. I guess a deliberate one will have to suffice.
Can Meg just yell out, "Don't you dare"?
You recognize the voice pretty much immediately.
Oh.
This is Wolfston Greville. Not necessarily a boyfriend of Helena's, but a admirer who Helena has from time to time seen since Kailu's time apart. They're close. He wants more to do with Helena than Helena wants to do with her. You personally probably believe it may have something to do with the fact that Helena doesn't really trust people because of what happened with Kailu. And this
Her
individual...
gaze shifting right over to him like this is your fault somehow.
Well, okay, so here's the thing. This guy also is a little intense. Do you know what I mean? Like, he's a vampire hunter from Ustalav. He's a trained killer, but he only kills bad creatures, evil creatures. If he's here, yes, he's definitely a stowaway. No, you can't throw him overboard. Yeah, it kind of checks out that he's after these assassins, but he's, again, a vampire hunter. He's, like, why the fuck would a vampire hunter be here of all places? Because you know that Balsam's a necromancer, as far as you know. But vampire? Who's a vampire?
Yeah, right?
Yes, the accidental death, quote unquote, is he is trying to accidentally kill Kailu. But Pietro is very much on the cards. And this is what you know, Meg, from the voice, at least. Pietro, you stepped out. You made your intimidation check. He is now, well, I'm going to give him the frightened condition, so he's going to have that.
I
That
just
was
imagine Rondak.
There you go.
Rondak looks at Pietro and he's like, I think he missed the point of what you were saying. Try it all this time.
Man, I should have been more specific with my demands.
Clearly, subtlety is wasted on this guy.
I wasn't being subtle. I said stand down. It's like, fine, I guess I'll just kill you. It's like, wow, stand down means something different around these parts.
I didn't say he was smart.
No. What was said is subtlety is out the window. What's it? The your cleanse-
Accidental death.
Yeah.
Unless
Yeah. And the accidental death is out of the window. So you're right. He is changing his plans.
Hey, I did change his plans. Kyler's not a target anymore, so I mean
Yeah.
that's pretty good.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah. Plans have changed.
I mean, listen,
We're
that's all we
adapting.
can. Okay. I think as Wolfstam is talking, once he realizes, oh, he's just lost one target, he stepped out here just so that he was talking from a different point. So now, because he can still, he really, really hopes this guy's blinded. Otherwise, it's terrifying that he's just not affected by the pepper at all. But now that he's gone, basically talk from this point, he's gonna try to get back into a place of cover, stealthing towards it, so that it's still, he's basically at a spot he wasn't talking from.
Sure. I'm going to point out, just for the audience's sake, under normal circumstances, I would use this as a means to remove the frightened condition, because coming out going, rah, and then going off and hiding removes that kind of threat. Like, it's like, I'm here to be a threat to you, but then going off and hiding would normally give the frightened condition, but then remove it. However, he's blind, so he actually doesn't see you go back and get behind cover. So he doesn't see it. So he's still got the frightened condition because he still thinks Pietro is somewhere threatening him, instead of, Because I've had this discussion, and I say discussion very loosely, before, where I have done that, and I've had someone argue with me on the point, and I've been like, but understand what's actually happening in this world. Like, take away the check and your entitlement to an intimidation check. You've come out, made an intimidation check, given him the frightened condition, then basically run away and hid. Right? He is not afraid of you, right? If the literal thing you do immediately after, being a threat and seeming intimidating is to then run away with your tail between your legs to try and protect yourself from him. That's not how a threat acts. That's how prey acts. That's how a victim acts, and that's, why it shaves it away. It's a homebrew rule, but I want people to know about it, and I'm just putting a little ring-a-ding-ding on that little bell there to say that, this isn't a new rule that Dag will be throwing in later on down the track. This is just a oversweeping statement of, like, that's how I tend to run intimidation checks. But for the time being, you are right. You have given a very good point. He can't kill Kailu. He's a little, like, it's more like he's worried. He has to do his job, and he can't focus on killing the person who he actually really wants to kill. A little, like, personally, he wants to kill Kailu more than he wants to kill Pietro. He's just killing Pietro, There you go.
I know I don't have to give the explanation again, but just for my sanity, he can see from the way he's looking around, he can't quite see. That's the only reason that he is going back into cover. It's like, oh, this guy can't see me. It won't affect me if I'm not in the spot where he heard my voice at the moment.
Oh, yeah. But that's a defensive tactic. Yeah. Also, he's not, like, looking around. He's just, like, forcing his eyes open. Just, like, just... Yeah, he definitely is blind. He definitely is blind. You're certain of that. Meg, you're up next.
Yes. Meg would like to sigh heavily, recognizing the voice.
Done.
And then say, these are invited guests. If you kill one of them, I'm going to have to deal with it, and you're going to have to deal with it. Put the damn weapon down, we can all go upstairs and figure this out.
Make a diplomacy check.
$31.
He says, of course they were invited. The only way a vampire would be aboard this ship is if it was invited. That doesn't change what needs to be done. The vampire must be put down. The creature of the night must be slaked before tragedy can strike. Or should I say, tragedy could strike again. Two good men have already died. And I know who's the culprit. It is this filthy, vile creature born of undeath itself.
I'm gonna stop you right there. Incorrect. We examined the bodies, and we have a story of what happened by witnesses. It was not somebody, I don't know, ripping out their throat.
You have witnesses to the crime, to the murder?
Uh-huh.
If I remember correctly, they couldn't actually see the face of who did it.
Yes, but they saw them behave as though they were... I can't say it because my daughter is right next to me. Sewer slide?
Mm-hmm.
Not that they were physically attacked by somebody. Which, to me, would preclude that it's a vampire biting them. Balsam, Matt, why are you shaking your head?
Because that's not quite the story. The story is that they got attacked from the rear, they got attacked from behind them, they got grabbed by something. They couldn't identify what. However...
I thought it was like they felt something like inside of them, not something physically grabbed them, but like... if anybody's ever seen The Frighteners, how they like reach in and they can grab your heart, but it's a spirit, not an actual creature like grabbing you. Is what I was thinking when I heard it.
You're gonna have to clarify for us, Dag.
I know. I'm just interested to hear the views. So, to be clear, the victims had no idea what had transpired. Only that something approached them from behind and grabbed them. The next thing they know, they lost sense of their self. They lost sense of their bodies. You then found them hung with no visible marks and stuff like that. Now, presuming Meg wants to say the truth about this and not sort of...
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Presuming that's what she shares, he will say one thing very clearly. Vampires have the ability to dominate weak minds. This is why I'm the hunter. I know the threat. I see the threat. And now, I'm going to purge it from this ship.
Okay, I'm going to put this as clearly as I can. You even look at a guest on this ship the wrong way, I will take you down myself. This is my captain's ship, not yours. You do not make the fucking rules here.
Make an intimidation check.
Was that permission to do magic, Kyler? Did I get that permission? Was that permission, Kyler?
That's better. 30.
Think
No.
so.
Yes, 35. Slightly better.
Yeah, that is... he says...
But shouldn't that be with advantage? Because, she's the first mate.
Not even remotely, because he's a vampire hunter. He doesn't give a fuck where he is. He does not... He doesn't go to the town mayor and say, by the way, you have a vampire. Don't suppose I can do your policing for you. He goes where he wants.
That was already a 14 and didn't do anything, so...
He does what he wants, and he...
I tried.
In this particular case, is just...
That's fine.
Yeah.
I'm gonna fucking shoot him then, but that should be all three of mine, I believe.
Keeping in mind, he is not alluding to standing down, nor is he alluding to attacking, because that's actually what a smart person does. So your character has no idea what he is going to do presently.
Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying. If he makes another move, I will start firing, but not until then, because I don't want to escalate if He is not.
Yep. All right. Rondak, you're up next.
Rondak would like to escalate. I'm just kidding. I'm not going to do that.
He would like
I couldn't
to,
resist.
but will
I'm
he?
sorry, I couldn't. All right.
Absolutely escalate.
Let's see. How far am I from everyone else? Oh God, I'm a long way from everybody. Well, shit. All right, because I was gonna go try to.
I should have said it during my turn. I'm sorry. Pietro was given a nat 20 and an HP, and Kailu was given an HP from, I want to say McClover.
Ooh, hey, thank you, McClover. Much obliged.
Thank
Nat
you.
20 for Pietro, and a hero point for Kailu and Pietro. Done and
Yeah,
done.
sorry, I got way too into the scene, so I forgot to bring that up.
No, it's good. It's good. I like it. I like it when we get into the scenes and stuff like that. Brilliant. Done and done.
Oh, and I apparently got inspiration. I'm sorry, Marcus. I'm sorry. I was not.
Oh,
looking.
if you got inspiration, you can roll it now for that intimidation check if you'd like. Because it's always an advantage on the next one.
Worse.
Okay, yeah, it doesn't help, unfortunately. But, you know, hey, at least you tried. So, you know, there you go. Okay. So, Rondak, if you're not escalating, what are you doing?
That's a great question. So I was initially thinking I would go try to talk to Kailu and Balsam to let them in on who this guy is and that we need to try to take him alive would be the best way. Because if we do that, that could go a long way towards getting us where we need to go to try to clear our names.
Mm-hmm.
But now that I'm thinking about it, he is still blind. And he is closer to me than anyone besides Pietro, obviously. Pietro is in cover again, yes?
Yes, Pietro took cover.
Perfect. Rondak is going to look at Pietro. I'll be right back. Stay right here. And then I would like him to try to run over to this guy and yank the crossbow out of his hands.
Ooh, okay. You run over to him. Make a athletics check. You get a +2 bonus. Your target number to beat is a
skills
38.
All right. Are you sure it's not acrobatics? Because that's so much better for me.
Pretty sure it's athletics if you're trying to wrench
Well,
something out of
shit.
a hand. Yeah.
All right. That's fair.
But thankfully, he doesn't get an attack of opportunity while you are closing in. That is a critical failure.
Yeah. I have a -1 to athletics.
Ah, wow.
so-
Okay, yeah, cool. Fair enough. I mean, hey, if you try, you try. Unfortunately...
That's why I was asking for acrobatics, because that's a +23. So that would have been a lot better.
That would have been a lot better. As you charge forward and grab onto the... hey, you got an inspiration.
Inspiration?
You know what? Give it another roll. Why not? You might pull the 20
I will
out.
do my best.
Hold on, wait.
All
If you
right,
pull
here
the
we
20,
go.
That's 21. That's 30. Even if you critically succeed, you'd still fail.
Aw.
But you
I'm
can
gonna roll
try.
it anyway.
You can try not to...
Yeah,
critical
one.
fail. it's a double critical fail. No. Okay.
I tried to pull it out of
Incredibly
his hands
critical.
and end up shooting myself.
Okay. Well, actually, kind of. As you run up to try and grab it, the crossbow actually has a bayonet on it. And he doesn't intend to, but the bayonet goes into you. I'm sorry, what? How is that a -1?
Wait, what?
1 second.
I'm just wondering how a 19 would be a critical miss.
It's because it's got it's because it's the 10-foot on a melee.
Yeah, got it.
Eh? What do you mean 10 foot on a melee?
It's showing distance 10 feet.
But that's a melee weapon.
Yeah. So,
Yeah.
Hold on, one
No,
second.
yeah, and he's right next to him.
So-
Okay, yeah, no, that's weird.
Let's try that again. Yeah, no, it's not. Okay, so hang on, that's fine. Either way, it's a +30. 30 plus 29 is 49. What's your AC, Rondak?
36.
So that is a critical.
Oh, dear.
That's a critical hit.
Plus 29? Wouldn't it be plus the 9 or the 18 that he rolled, or the 19 rather that you rolled?
Oh,
So
yeah,
39, not
no.
49.
No, no, he's got a +30.
Right, but you said that you were adding 30 to... I'm
30,
confused.
30 plus 19, which is what I rolled, is 49.
See, I heard you said plus 29. That's why I was so very confused. I was like,
Oh, yeah,
where's
no.
the 29? I got you. I'm trying to math, Dag. I'm sorry.
No, it's fine. It's fine. You're good. You're good. Okay, here we go. All right. Rondak. Let's start with 50 points of damage.
Ouch.
That's
Wait.
fine. I'm good.
Wait. Stop.
Tis but a flesh wound.
Yep.
And I need a...
It's critical.
I
Yep.
need a number between 1 to 5.
Let's go with. We're gonna go.
Sorry, what was that? I didn't quite catch it.
5.
5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Here we go. That is disembowel, triple damage. Why do I keep getting the triple damage? How many triple damage
Right?
ones are here?
Okay, that one's gonna hurt a little bit.
Okay. So, well, we're not quite done yet because there is a couple of other nasty. Ooh, yeah, there are a couple of other nasty bonuses here. Now, before we kick off and say that that is the end of the attack, I need to know from you. I need you to make me a will save. This is when you entered his aura. $38. Oh, do be mean or not be mean? Jinx point. Let's do it again.
Already?
I mean, maybe it'll work, maybe it won't. 36. Okay, 36 will fail. You gain frightened 1.
All right.
Okay, now, because you have the frightened condition, he gets to use something dark side. What's it called? He gets condemned. So because he hit you, you need to make a fortitude save. On a success, you get stun equal to your level of fear. And then twisting fear, because you have the frightened condition, when he stabs you, you take an extra 12, 9, 12. You get an extra 33 damage. The fort save, please.
I think you just healed me for 33, not damaged me for 33. My wounds went down instead of up.
Oh.
So that should be 111 on the wounds.
All right. Done. There we go. Nailed it. Okay. Fortitude save, please. Okay, you're fine. You are not stunned, but you are still frightened 1. Okay. So yeah, you step into range, and as you grab hold of him, there's kind of like a struggle for sure. Like, you know, like it's not just like a yeah, right? Or you just run into it like a dupe. But during that struggle, that bayonet just cuts clean across your gut and rips open a large tear that is just not friendly.
Amazing. I love that for me.
Mm-hmm. Me too. All right, what do you do about that? Do you respond? Anything in particular?
There's going to be some screaming, probably, when he gets slashed open.
Yeah.
This is not a man who's accustomed to blade wounds, so it's going to come as a surprise. So there'll definitely be a surprised and pained yell. I imagine he'll probably fall back, like on his ass, and sort of like try to scramble away a little bit because now he's afraid too.
Okay.
Do I have any actions left after that?
Move, attempted grapple. You have 1 action.
Okay. With that, he will take a... Where did it go? Greater healing potion.
Okay, very well.
He's gonna, which will heal me up for. Where did it go? I had it. Where? Oh my God, where did it just go? There it is. Yeah, 68 plus 20.
Oh, nice.
Because ouch, that was a lot of damage and it hurt.
That was actually yeah. Because you like triggered all the fear aura stuff. It was very unexpected. On a crit on top of everything. All right. As you chug this to heal, his eyes start to adjust and he starts to be able to see yet again. He hears Meg and the claims that this, if you attack any of this guests, you know, yada yada yada. It falls on deaf ears. He is going to use his first action to perceive and look around. Oh, he's got no allies. Dang it. Okay. He has an ability that can, I literally called I Am the Law, which would have been amazing to use. But he needs allies for that.
Is he still blind? Is his blinding done now?
Yes, his blinding is worn off.
Okay.
Yeah, it was only until, it was 1 round, so until it came back to him.
Okay.
That's what I thought. I wasn't sure whether it's beginning or the end of the round.
15. 34 is the DC. Let's see, what's your skills? 34, yeah, okay, cool. Yeah. Okay. He knows where Pietro is. He's going to move past Rondak. Over to Pietro. Pietro, I need you to make a will save.
Okay.
"36 is a failure. You gain frightened 1. As he moves over.
Sorry.
Yep.
I don't think it will become a success, but I have some things for will saves. I think I get a +1 for things with the emotion trait.
Definitely does. It's definitely a emotion trait, so that is a +1. Anything else?
Let's see, trying to remember. Oh. I don't believe so because this says it's a spell, so I don't believe so.
Very well. Unfortunately, a 37 is still a failure, but only by 1. So, you gain to the frightened condition. In doing so, I need you to make a fort save or be stunned.
Okay.
Oh, dang. That's fine. I will leave that. That's perfectly okay. So you are not stunned, but you are feared. He is going to condemn you, taking a stab at you with his crossbow and the bayonet. The bayonet is tipped in silver and garlic, the same thing as before. And he starts spouting rhetoric. Rhetoric you guys kind of sort of recognize, you know. Creature from the vilest depths of the unholy realm. I cast you out and sanctify this place in the name of Pharasma and all of the gods of light and life. May hell burn your soul in righteous flame so that you can be cleansed of the evil that your presence has tainted upon this world. May the beast be slaked and shed in blood at the tip of my most sacred weapon. And he stabs you with the bayonet.
Pietro's quite unhappy because he does have the frightened condition that generally does get to him. It doesn't usually. He's quite upset about that.
And that is a critical hit.
Owie.
with an extra 66 on this as well. Alright, and that is an additional 16 damage to Pietro. So that is 110 damage so far. Cool. And then a crit card. Give me a number between 1 to 5.
3, please.
1, 2, 3. Not triple damage. Fuck off! Hold on.
Yeah, did you accidentally pick up the triple damage?
No.
Deck?
Yeah, maybe, but look. So it's slashing, right? Because it's a bayonet. Okay. So I'm slashing. With a terrible cut. That's triple damage, and I swear, hold on. The previous one.
It could be bayonet.
Oh, it's like a machete. It's like a machete to cut off heads, like for vampires.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
Where is it? Yeah, hack and slash. Okay. So hack and slash, triple damage.
Listen, they were running low on ideas for this, okay?
They clearly fucking were.
Okay, I'm sticking with 3, but I really want to see if I had chosen 4, if that was gonna be triple damage too.
No, it would have severed your tendons and made it impossible for you to run.
Well, I'm pretty glad I didn't pick 4.
That's gross.
Yeah.
It was fitting, but pretty glad I didn't.
Yeah,
get
and
that
like I
one.
said, that wasn't even the one I drew. The one I drew was like, where the fuck is it? Longash, what was I gonna say? Disembowel. There you go. So Disembowel was at the bottom of the deck, right? Because I'd moved it around, and that's also triple fucking damage. Okay. So I want to point out, I'm not doing this intentionally. Clearly, there is a lot of triple damage. Okay. Now, yes, GM veto is a big thing, but here's another point. Everyone has 200 hit points. So
Do it, Dag.
I don't feel
It's our...
Yeah, I don't feel the need to veto, but at the same time, I want to point out that I'm in earnest in terms of my deck drawing here. They are at random. It is being shuffled. The players are getting a choice. I'm not putting a big pile of triple damages to one side and then just ripping into my players, you know.
We trust you. Do not worry.
Okay. So that's an additional 27. Oops, sorry, ignore that. Actually, no, keep that one. So 6 and then another 4. So that's another 10 points of damage. Okay. So this one is a deep gash that hits you as you are struck by the silvered edge. I need a fortitude save, as again that gash doesn't bleed. It creates that same kind of like cracking in your flesh.
Is this the same save?
Yeah.
I may need to use my nat 20 again. I really don't want to know what that does. I'm too scared.
Oh, we'll roll it first anyway. We'll see. Yeah, no, that's a crit fail. All right, nat 20 again.
So, Dak, I think so. Yeah. Thank you, McClover. Thank you so much.
Okay, fine. All right.
I am not a coward. Listen, I am nothing if not a coward.
All right.
I guess.
You save, I think, right? Your nat 20 is a
Yeah.
failure going to a success. All right. There you go. McClover coming in for the save. Pietro, you managed to save against the silver slash yet again. But once again, that kind of, that feeling, it doesn't feel like a regular wound for sure. You know what I mean? Like, you've been cut, you've been shot, you've been stabbed. This feels different. This feels truly dangerous. But that is all he can do this round.
Gotcha.
He is just scary as fuck. He just walked up to you and just...
Pietro
Alright.
does not like actually feeling fear. He has not felt this maybe ever, or at least not in a good while.
But if anything, this guy is definitely fucking terrifying. All right, Balsam. You've seen like kind of the flash of the coat as it makes its way. There's light cover, but not much. You know, you still got you and Kailu still have a clear shot, as does Meg.
How far away is Pietro from us?
100 foot.
100 foot. Okay.
That being said, you cannot see Pietro because Pietro took cover, and this guy is now standing in the way.
I don't think I'll need to see them to do this, but they are quite a distance away, so it might not work. Anyway, that's fine. Belsum is going to follow up to try to stay out of that area.
Mm-hmm.
That where you can see where all that bad fear stuff is.
Mm-hmm.
He's going to bite onto his thumb, drawing a thin...
I bite my thumb at you, sir.
Yeah. Drawing a thin sliver of blood. From there, he's going to use that blood as kind of like an animate rope.
Okay.
As he's going to try to... What he wants to do is tie that blood around the gun. Around the crossbow. He doesn't want to do anything yet. He just wants to tie it around that crossbow.
Okay.
If that's possible.
Sure, done and done.
Nice. That would be 2 actions. So movement to get close, and the to cast the spell is another 2 actions to tie the blood around the gun, around the crossbow. Sorry. It acts like a gun. It speaks like a gun. It has a bayonet like a gun. Dag. It's a gun with extra steps.
All right, very well. You have a gun with extra steps.
So you have a gun with extra steps. I have a blood rope. Thank you very much.
Okay. Sure. Okay. Anything else?
I would like to.
Oh, actually, make a craft check.
Craft check?
Yeah, we have that now.
Yeah, I can do a craft check.
Because you might suck at this.
Sorry?
Because you might suck at this.
I probably might.
Yeah, that sucks at that. You just tangle up your weapon and make it unusable for now.
I tangle up my own blood.
Yeah. I don't know, I'm joking. It's fine.
I'm like, wait, tell me how that works. Describe that for me.
You're like, you just do some shibari. You're just like...
Wait, this isn't how it's supposed to go. Crap. Somebody help me, please.
You're looking like Kylie on the figurehead of the boat.
Yeah, exactly. That's it.
Not right now. Not at the moment, all right?
All right. Go. That's it.
Yeah, I probably wouldn't have an action unless because the idea is I want to basically just pull the crossbow out of the way just as he shoots, but depends if I have the time to do it or not.
Yeah, because basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to allow this kind of like as a ranged disarm, which will happen timed to when he makes his attack.
Yeah.
If you fail, it will just not disarm him. If it succeeds, you'll still give him a -2 penalty to his attack.
And if I critically succeed?
Critically succeed, you'll take the gun. You'll take the crossbow off him. Critically fail, your rope will do nothing, like at all. Like
Yeah. Perfect.
Okay. Cool. Kailu, you're up next.
Oh boy. Well, Kyle is very much unliking what this guy is doing, so he's heard them trying to talk. He's not obviously not listening.
Oh, I thought you said you like
He's
what this
just
guy
gonna
is doing, like he's killing Pietro. It's like I like what
No,
this
no.
guy. I like the cut of this
No,
guy's
don't.
jib. Let's
No, don't like what he's don't. Well, I don't imagine he saw what he did to Pietro, but he saw him attacking somebody. So he's.
Oh, you
assuming
guys,
it's probably-
you guys basically have seen like what looks to be quite a vicious swing and probably a
slashing.
spray of like gray powder and stone.
Yeah.
It probably
So
looks quite
he-
traumatic.
Yeah. It's gonna be. He's actually gonna like yell at him, "Hey, bozo! I thought you wanted me." As he drops as he shoots an arrow at him.
That's pretty.
Except that I'm gonna nat 20 that place.
Oh, coming in with another nat 20. All right, your arrow, though it appears to miss for the time being, actually ricochets and bounces off a like kind of one of the hanging lanterns that's down here. And as it ricochets off it, it manages to wham strike him straight in the back. Roll
Come
your
on.
damage.
I dropped it on him. I tried.
Did you hit the
I'll
crit
drop
button?
it on the combat tracker. Yes, I did.
Cool. Oh, it's so colorful. Okay. 85 points of damage. What the fuck? How many things do you have on this? You are
he's because he's still marked. It's my first attack of the round,
okay.
so I get the bonus. So that's the 2d8 precision, 3d8 plus 4, 1d6 fire, 1d6 cold, and something else. No, it's just it's just magic. Counts as magic.
Okay.
So, and then that was critted, so that just doubles.
Okay. Sorry, it just looked like there was a bunch of d8s. So so that was from the precision damage. That's fine. Okay, cool. Yep. That all checks out.
Yep.
All right. Cool. Freaking nice shot. A sizable 85 points of damage hits him in the back. Yeah, he's unimpressed. Give me a number 2 1 to 5 for your crit card, my friend.
We're gonna go with 2, please.
1, 2. Piercing. Triple damage! Fucking not even joking! Not even fucking...
It's
Fucking loaded. There it is. Ventilated. Piercing. Fucking triple damage. Everything. Fucking triple damage. I can't make this shit up, okay? Fucking thing. Alright, roll another lot of damage. Unaltered.
okay. Yeah. Yes. Sorry, just had to double check and make sure it was turned off.
Okay. 45.
45.
Nice.
It's a pretty good roll.
That's a pretty good roll. That's a solid roll. Okay. He is not looking great.
Okay. I'm gonna take a second attack at him.
Yep. Not a problem. You had to step out of cover in order to shoot him, though. So, out of cover.
No, I
you
no,
you
I
already
haven't
did already.
moved.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
you already did already. Yeah,
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
first shot. Yep. You got 2 more shots. Second shot misses.
That's a miss.
All right, and one more.
May I? Nah, you'll just jinx point me.
Maybe I won't. Who knows?
Hero point, please.
Go for the reroll. Because I can wait until after I find out before I can use my jinx point. Nah, that'll miss. If I wait till after rather than countering, it just makes you reroll again. Fine. All right.
I know,
Cool.
it's
Third
okay.
action.
Third action. This shot's not worth it. It's too low. I think that I don't. This guy has been throwing stuff. I think I want to kind of maybe move. If I move over here, do I still have a line on him?
Yeah. Well, no, you'd have to stay by.
I just want to space out. I don't want.
You'd have to. So, the middle has nothing in it, so you'd have to be on the edges to be in cover.
No, I wasn't worried about cover. I didn't want to be. I was trying not to be clumped together.
Oh, sure, not a problem. In which case, yeah, just either moving back or moving forward in the middle. That'll be away from everyone else.
Yeah, and as long as I still have a line on him, I'm comfortable.
Yeah, not a problem. All right, that was Kailu. Pietro, it is now your turn. This individual is standing over you.
Yes.
You are
Just
terrified.
I'm terrified. I'm shaking in my boots.
Your very expensive sealskin boots.
Can't believe it. How dare you, mate? How dare you're shaking my boots? Do you know how much they cost? Okay. So, Pietro is... Originally he was hiding more to stay outside, but now he is cowering a little as this man looms over him.
and he doesn't have the presence he usually has. And he knows this.
Is
But
he
has-
trying to, though? Is he trying to, like, collect himself?
He think he's trying to collect himself, but
Can I get you to make a perception check then?
Sure. 32.
That's fine. Sorry, I didn't reset the DCs. With a 32, there's something inside you that triggers. It is not often that something can cause you to feel fear. At least nothing human. This guy, for all appearances, appears human. Prey. Like, you can hear the blood in his neck. You feel the warmth of it as it is beaten by his heart. But there's something wrong. Something different. Something predator about this individual. With your perception check, there's something in the air. A smell. A very canine smell.
Oh no.
At this point, you realize something. This hunter has a very potent form of lycanthropy. The potency of his lycanthropy is he can only be killed in a very specific way. And if he does, quote unquote, perish in human form, it forces the transformation that I'm sure you are all too familiar with.
Mm-hmm.
Hence why he does not seem overly perturbed at the various attacks that he is receiving from non-silvered weapons.
Mm-hmm.
Now, he is being injured, absolutely, by the way, I want to say this. And at some point or another, the encounter will end. He is not, however, at death's door in any way.
Okay. And at the moment, is the bayonet... I don't know how it would be. Is it attached to the
Yeah,
crossbow?
so I want you to imagine the crossbow as like this big, large, heavy-set object, and then imagine like a serrated machete kind of mounted underneath the barrel where the crossbow bolt would fly out. Yeah, just kind of like this thing used, again, like I said, to kind of like slash, cut, rip heads off, that kind of thing.
Okay.
Yeah. So this individual is a werewolf, but not just any werewolf. This individual is, at least in some way, shape, or form, closely tied to the blood of an alpha. And this, of course, was the boss buff courtesy of our dear friend Schooley from earlier in today.
Nice. Okay. I don't know if that's gonna make what he's gonna say worse for this guy, but let's find out.
Who knows?
Feeling this fear that he almost has never felt, at least in his adult life. Seeing this man just sort of peer through burning glass and sand in his eyes. Seeing him...
That's true, he did have glass in his eyes. Just like shards in his eyeballs as he like glaring at you like, what the fuck, man?
Bro,
fucking chill, man. I'm just here for a good time.
what the fuck? But no. He realizes that he's very good at doing the exact things that Pietro is good at doing, which is intimidating just by walking forward even when you're bleeding out. So he looks at this man with the whatever willpower he has left to look him in the eyes, which probably isn't... It's probably a bit, because it's frightened 1, yeah?
Frightened 1, yeah, you've got a little bit. Frightened 5 is when you're like a quivering, floppy mess of nothing, yeah.
He's just cowering, but he is able to straighten up a little bit and just say, you would make a wonderful vampire. And he's going to try and, because we're at the side of the ship, slam his head into the side of the ship. Well, it's non-lethal, try to knock him out.
Alright.
Essentially. Knowing that he will just turn into a werewolf if he keeps getting hit.
Presuming this is just your flavor of an unarmed attack, you may make a unarmed attack.
Dankeschön.
And I'm pretty sure unarmed attacks don't provoke attacks of opportunity in 2nd edition. Yeah.
I'm onto it, Dad.
Which I actually like. I like that it doesn't.
The the problem is my unarmed is my thing. Do you want me to add another unarmed attack?
No, it's fine. Don't well for the damage it's a D4, but you know, or D3 I think. Yeah.
Let's see.
D4.
D4? Yeah. Okay.
Oh, actually, let me check something real quick. I don't know how this works. Still getting used to swashbuckler. Can I use finishers with unarmed?
Yeah.
I was unsure.
As long as they're light or finesse, which I feel as though unarmed counts as light and finesse, so sure.
Yeah. He would have gained a panache from intimidating, so he does have a panache to use a finisher.
Sure.
Let's see. Trying to remember which one it is. So sorry. I think this fits. I'll use a targeting finisher on the head. Let's see. Let me do the attack now.
28 will, I think, miss. Will critically miss.
Okay. Sorry, I was just trying to... Oh, okay. Sorry, there was just new things added to it, so I was trying to read it. Is it okay if I use one of my hero points?
You can, and I'm gonna use a jinx point.
Oh, I hate this guy. I fucking use a nat 20. I hate him so
You
much.
use the nat 20? Okay.
I don't know if I want to because they keep giving it to me and I feel like that means they're going to spend another $20 and I kind of really don't want to spend another $20.
No, it's not that. I just want you to use the nat 20 so I can poison you.
I don't want them to spend another $20 on me.
It's your choice. It's a gift given for use.
But they're gonna give more gifts and I don't want them to
You don't know if they're gonna give more gifts. They might be done. They might be like, you know what? I already bought the McDonald's for my friends.
You really do want to poison me? Would that make you happy, Doug?
So do. Use the nat 20. Do it.
Okay,
And we're really close to another Dag of Holding as well, so, you know.
That's true. We are really
Help that
close to
out.
an Dag of Holding. Which, by the way, we do have a Dag of Holding, which I'm trying to get to as well. So, yeah. Make the decision. Yay or nay?
If it makes you happy, I'll do it.
Okay, go on. Nat 20. Go for the critical hit.
Meh. And then you said it was a D4?
It is a D4, yes. Also, by the way, a very, very special shout out again to McClover as well. Thank you for your generosity and your donation. Clearly, Mac very much appreciates your continued kindness and support and patience.
Please don't do it again.
Literally a guardian angel, a four-leafed guardian angel, just hovering over my.
No!
This motherfucker.
Maybe
Come on!
it's for Kailu. We don't know.
Please be for Kyla.
Kyla.
Please for Kyla. Please. I can't.
And we have another Dag of Holding. Okay, so I've got two Dag of Holdings.
The sad part is I literally I was ready to click the button so that McClover didn't have to do it. But he beat me to it.
Keeping me alive.
Fair. Okay. All right. Well, look. First of all, thank you, McClover, as always. And you know what? Just because I'm feeling very generous today, I'm also going to give a hero point to Kailu as well. Because McClover, I feel like, you know that stamp that you get, like you've earned this many cups of coffee, and I feel like that's a good, Kailu can have an extra hero point on the house. Thank you, McClover, for supporting Pietro. Pietro, Guardian Angel from Philly. The Philly Angel. That actually sounds like a thing, like baseball thing. I don't know. Maybe I'm weird. Angels in the outfield. That's what I'm thinking.
Okay.
Okay. Roll your critical hit because we might be coming up on the blip soon.
Yeah. Okay. Also, it's a called shot, so I don't need a card. Okay.
Sure. No card.
In the chat. Going to kill this D4 into the chat. Okay.
All right. So as a critical hit, that is 8 points of damage. He is still up. As you slam his head into the side of the wall.
And is now, let's see. Stupefied he's stupefied 2 and then also stupefied 1 for 1 minute.
Stupefied for 1 minute. Okay, done and
Stupefied
done.
and also stupefied 1 for the minute.
Sorry.
Stupefied 2 because
Stupefied
it was a
2
critical
until
hit.
the end of their next turn, and then also stupefied 1 for a minute.
Sorry.
Yeah.
What? Sorry. So the first thing was.
The target is stupefied 2 until the end of your next turn.
Okay.
Until
yeah.
the end of Pietro's next turn. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Cool.
At the moment, stupefied 3, but the other 2 will go away at the end of my next turn.
Okay, I'm with you. Okay, so stupefied 3 done. All right.
All of the stupefication.
All right, you grab hold of his head and bam, you slam it against the wall. Yep, we got another dagger holding as well, so we got 2 dagger holding, which will happen momentarily. Anything else from Pietro?
I think it is more a flavored thing, but
It's blip
I
time.
think-
Hold on.
Oh, did we blip?
Oh, it's 2 hours 4 minutes, so we should, if it's going to happen, it should be happening now. That's why I'm. I
Okay.
don't see it happening, but I'm also
Okay,
really
let's
slow.
let's
so-
keep going just in case. But I'm not going to sit here and wait
It
until
just froze.
we froze.
No,
no.
I still see it. Yep.
All right, keep going. Oh, again, why are we stopping? Let's keep.
Okay. Pietro,
I didn't want them to miss it.
Yes, but I'm not going to pause and then wait for the blip to hit. You know, like we'll keep going. All right, Pietro.
Pietro tries to tumble through his space to get on the other side of him. It's more a flavored thing of he's conked out a bit.
All right.
Tries to tumble through.
Acrobatics check. Your target number is 32. That is a failure.
I'll use 0 point.
Sure. Reroll it.
Okay.
Ah, dang it. Okay.
Ooh.
Very well.
Bindley boy.
All right, so that's my last Jinx point gone. Let me get rid of your hero point as well. All right, you move past him. However, he is one of those rare and delicate people who have reactive strike. So while you do make it to the other side of him, he does get to turn and slash at you.
Would that activate my thing?
No, because he's not shooting. I mean,
Okay.
let me rephrase. If you use it now, which you can, it won't have any effect on a slash. But you could crit and then potentially
Yeah,
remove the
because
weapon.
I'm gonna crit.
Yeah. You want to try it?
I'm absolutely going to crit.
Yeah.
Okay. Make your athletics check to try and yank the weapon away. Actually,
No, I'm going to use my
no.
crit.
Sorry, you can't because it's a reaction. You can't
Oh,
react to a
yeah,
reaction.
all right, fair
Yeah.
enough.
Sorry. Yes, Pietro.
May I also ask a question before this? Okay, never mind.
Yeah.
How do I know what my increments are?
Your increments?
Mm-hmm. It matters. I promise. I'm not just randomly asking. My weapon, because I have a pistol.
Well, it's whatever your range is. That's an increment.
Okay, cool. Never
Yeah.
mind then.
Okay. Pietro,
I think,
go to hit. I miss. I'm gonna burn my nat 20.
okay. I think I misunderstood tumbling.
So you're tumbling through my square to get to the other side of it. However, you are still moving through my threatened area, so I get an attack of opportunity. So one is
Okay.
because otherwise you just wouldn't be able to move through me. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So-
Gotcha.
Yeah. So he's not attacking you for moving for the tumble. He's attacking because you're moving in his threatened area.
Gotcha. Okay.
Okay, but I am going to be using that critical hit.
Can I ask another stupid
It's not a stupid question, but you can ask it.
Still have the Does he still have the -1? From the earlier frightened.
I think that wore off after the last round because it only lasts until the round ticks over. Oh, speaking of which, you need to make a will save at the end of your. No, on his turn he needs. No, end of your turn you need to make a will save. Otherwise, you gain frightened rather than lose it.
Okay.
But not right now. Right now, he's going to try and crit you. So, damage is 45 damage from the. Wait, no, that's wrong. Heal that back up.
It's actually 7 times more.
No, I used the wrong weapon.
Yeah.
It could be. Okay, let's try that again.
Yeah, what does Stupefy do?
It affects intelligence, wisdom, and charisma-based rolls and DCs, including
63.
saving throws, spell attack modifiers, and all that.
Okay, alright.
So it doesn't affect reactions. It just affects, like, if you're trying to focus on something, you can, essentially.
Okay, with 63 points of damage, plus whatever nonsense from that, plus give me a number.
2?
1, 2. Slashing, missing digits. He cuts off 1d4 fingers.
Hey.
And you become
Okay, that just
clumsy,
seems kind of fucking rude.
and you become clumsy 1. You lose... Ooh, lucky that didn't roll in, because that was a 4. You lose 3 fingers on one hand. Get clumsy 1 until you heal those fingers. Get knocked out. And that is what he does as he stands over you. Now, Meg and Rondak, because we have reached time, I'm going to focus on the Dag of Holding bits. Did we give you a Dag of Holding, Meg? No, I don't think we did.
No.
Cool. So, Meg, Dag of Holding. As you witness what has happened, this guy is definitely not standing down and the like. You reach into your pocket and pull out something very, truly special. It is called the bullet with your name on it. The bullet with your name on it, when fired at a target, will strike the target and then effectively function as a independent spiritual weapon, where the bullet will continue to hit that target every round for 1 minute.
Damn.
Now, it doesn't get all the bonuses from your attack, but whatever your weapon does passively, so what's your weapon damage? 2, 3d6 or 3d10?
3d6, yeah.
3d6. So every round, he will automatically take 3d6 if you hit with that bullet. You can only have one of these bullets active at any time, and it takes 1d4 rounds for that bullet to return back into your possession.
Okay.
Right? If you miss, unfortunately, that does mean it takes 1d4 rounds to return back. But if you hit someone,
Right.
then just every round they're going to be taking that lot of damage passively. Oh, sorry. The same way as spiritual weapon works. So you do still need to make an attack, but it's a free attack, if that makes sense.
Okay.
Yeah?
So make an yeah.
Cool. So that's basically it. It potentially doubles your damage on a single target. Now, this particular weapon was a weapon that I actually, let's turn down the music because, like I said, we are reaching the end of today's session. This particular weapon was a tool used in one of my games that I based off, like kind of the gothic horror adventures. We had a gunslinger who was supposed to be quite the prolific kind of weapons expert and the like. And so he created a bullet that could harm ghosts. So my player came up to me and said, like, I want a ghost weapon. And then I asked him about, well, what about spiritual weapon as a spell? Like, we can use spell storing and then use that on the bullet and the gun. And then eventually it's like, well, why don't we homebrew an actual bullet, a magic item that does this? And it's like, well, yeah, but that effectively doubles your damage, doesn't it? It's like, well, technically, the first shot would be like casting the spell, because it doesn't do any extra damage to hit them. It just does the regular damage.
Mhm.
Then after that, you now have an active spiritual weapon, which means even if I'm behind cover or whatever, I can use one of my actions to automatically make that extra attack. So I can move and I can take different lines. I can take one high shot with my gun, then command my bullet to take another high shot with theirs, So, I liked the idea, and it stuck. And pretty much since then, it's just been a really fun idea for this just sniper character to just be able to like pick people off, and them to just run around with this bullet going, son of a bitch, It was very cool. And yes, that is the homebrew item that you were going to get. Rondak, your item is going to be also from that very same game, as what approaches you appears to be a spider, or at least it's like a terracotta spider. It is about yay big, And in its segments between these other small terracotta pieces are what looks to be this gloopy green gel. It is vibrant and neon in color, and each of the limbs move kind of, again, very fluidly. Even though it looks like a spider, like it moves with the fluidity of like an octopus. As it finds you, it grabs onto you. And what happens, Rondak, is while this spider is being worn by you, you are treated as though you have 2 extra pair of prehensile arms. Each arm is capable of holding a different object or even a different weapon. Though you don't get any extra attacks or any extra actions from these arms, it is treated as though you have these weapons or items equipped presently at any given time. In addition, they can be used as additional limbs for things like grabbing, touching, climbing, swimming, etc., etc., etc. So you'll get bonuses for those. Yes, it's kind of like just this kind of like sticky ooze. It is sentient to a degree, like it is an ooze, like, and it can obey commands. You can also use it remotely. So if the spider goes off, you kind of get to treat it as though you have like 2 prehensile free hands to do stuff. So you can like put it in a window. The window can walk around, and then you can like open a lock or open a door as the ooze grows one of those hand appendages. Does that make sense?
Yeah, that's awesome.
Cool. And that is your pet. You may name it, you may love it, you may hate it. It's up to you. But this is now your pet terracotta spider ooze. And yeah, that's based on a companion that one of my players made for that very same game, but it was based off Venom. So it would disguise itself as, it was a mimic that basically disguised itself. The terracotta spider is inspired by that particular thing. Yes, Rondak did become Dr. Octopus, kind of. Instead of 8 arms, you've got like just the extra 2. So
We are Doc Ock.
Yeah, there you go. So those are our 2 Dag of Holding items. Wow, man, today's been crazy. I actually, it's been really, really, really awesome.
Yeah, it has been a day. Yeah.
It has.
Yeah.
Now, we just received a divine healing for Pietro. And this is where we're going to end, but I'm going to end on a cinematic thing. When we get back to next week, of course, we're going to be re-rolling the initiative. So Meg, what I'm going to do here is we're going to involve you in that final scene.
Mm-hmm.
We're not going to do anything on your turn, but just remind me next week that we're going to be coming in on your turn, if that makes sense. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Cool. All right. So, as Pietro lays in the dirt, or lays in the water, having been cut down by the vampire hunter, you step out of cover, Meg, in order to ready to shoot what's his name? Wolfston. But as you do, something happens. As Wolfston raises his bayonet, ready to drive it down into Pietro's back to finish him once and for all of a sudden, he is knocked back, thrown clean to the forward of the ship. All of a sudden, you see a tangled mess begin to rise up from the deck. From the bottom of the bilge. What's your reaction, Meg?
Probably, oh, that's not natural.
The things you see appear to be very alive. You watch as these huge leathery sails kind of raise up, with claws tipped at the ends, which grab onto the sides of the ship. As this happens, Pietro, you begin to rise, but not in your human form. As the bat form that surges through your body has now taken hold, You are on full hit points and have returned back to feral beast mode Pietro with full hit points. You have a sense of a lot more in the bilge than before. Your ears now honed in. You can sort of hear the rats scurrying around. You can hear the seagulls miles away soaring through the air. You smell the blood coming from Wolfston's fresh wounds. You hear the heartbeat as it starts to become more racy. You are no longer frightened. However, he is. And that's where we're going to end today's session. Oh, wait, sorry. Meg, reaction to seeing Pietro rising as this.
She would probably move her weapon from being trained on Wolfston to being trained on Pietro. And without looking away, say probably to Balsam and Kailu more than anyone. You brought a goddamn vampire aboard this ship?
And as the team exchange glances, that is where we will call today's session. All right. Amazing. Thank you guys.
Huzzah!
Huzzah. And no blip. Fucking yeah.
Right? It knew.
I sure as shit hope so. But yeah, no, that was awesome. I hope you guys had a good time. Everyone have fun? Nah.
Indeed.
Yes.
Yeah. Did
Say,
you?
I tried the diplomatic thing. It did not work, Deck.
You did. I appreciate that we tried that. I have some notes, but I think they can definitely wait till next time for sure. Diplomacy and intimidation are very similar in a lot of ways. I can see how for sure when it comes to it, but yes, not having any ranks in it does make it a little trickier to navigate at times. But yeah. Hey, Dinosaur Bob, good to see you. Hope you're doing well, my friend. And Tony, mwah, thank you for showing up. All right, guys.
Oh,
yeah, sorry, go on.
sorry, I was talking to myself. I thought I was muted.
No, it's fine. All right, guys. My name is Mike. I'm the Dinosaur Gamer. This is my place. This is my face. You can find it here a number of times during the week, playing games, doing stuff, chilling out. We'll be back later on for Gatewalkers. So we will be here for that. Pending potential emergency stuff, so please stay tuned. Follow the Discord, all the information there. There will not be a Curse of the Crimson Throne on Monday. I would explain why, but that goes into a little bit more personal stuff that I'm willing to divulge on stream because it's not my stuff to give. But yes, just thoughts and prayers is usually a good thing. But then we'll be back next week for Reign of Winter for more cool wintry stuff, and then of course Seven Dooms of Sandpoint, and yeah, all the cool and fun and amazing stuff. But guys, thank you so much for listening. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your weekend, and until we meet again, as always, stay safe, stay wonderful, be kind to each other because why the fuck not? It's free. And until we meet again, game hard or die trying. Good night, folks.